Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Janita, your host for today's town hall session. A very warm welcome to all of you today. On behalf of Enterprise at APU, Project Enterprise, I would like to thank all of you for attending this session on how will APU help you in your startup journey. The agenda for today involves what is Enterprise at APU, why Enterprise at APU, and types of startups, which includes business, non-business, technology, and non-technology. And further to that, what is the journey of the startup within APU? Let me introduce to you our panels for today. We have Prof. IR, TS Dr. Vinesh Tiruchelvam, our Deputy Vice Chancellor of APU, and Mr. Dakshinamoorthy, who is our Entrepreneur in Residence, EIR. Some introductions in regards to Dash, where he's the founder of Startup Malaysia. Dash has been in the startup ecosystem, since the early of 2000 and has been a fire starter behind various initiatives and programs in the startup ecosystem in Malaysia. All right, over to you then, Prof. Vinesh.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Janita, and a very warm afternoon to everyone who are online. And thank you for your time this afternoon. We are going to make it a very short and sweet session. Uh, Thank you for also for the introductions, Dr. Janita. I think we can put away the introductions for now because it's been clearly stated. So my name is Professor Vinesh, and I will give you a clear understanding of the agenda for the day. So basically, what we're going to do this afternoon is give you a very quick insight towards Enterprise at APU, which is a new revolutionized project at APU to cultivate entrepreneurs and innovators for APU within our student community. So what we will describe over the next half an hour or so is when, what, how, with regards to engagements towards enterprise at APU. So entrepreneurship is not something new for APU. We have it embedded in our curriculum. A lot of students take the entrepreneurship module across different programs under different schools. You also have a lot of opportunities to show your innovation via developments of your final year projects. And also when you actually come up with ideas for various competitions, whether it's national or international level. What we have done as part of the 2021-2023 blueprint for entrepreneurship for APU is to define entrepreneurship for the coming years based on the current trends of entrepreneurship for the university, for the staff members, and definitely for our students primarily. This blueprint illustrates our aims, mission, vision, and goals towards building entrepreneurs and startups at APU. It is basically a playbook that shows you the journey from start till the end. It is a 3-year attainment of goals. Yeah. What we're going to share with you today are some of the ingredients of that blueprint, and one of it is Project Enterprise, which is the project that has been started in March, that is defined as the project for APU with regards to entrepreneurship in 2021 to fulfill the strong foundation towards attaining many goals within the blueprint that runs till 2023. Now, as part of the blueprint is to also build an entrepreneurship council that is built on individuals from the industry. So this is a council that will advise on our entrepreneurship and enterprise journey, and also the setup of the innovation and enterprise hub. And of course, during COVID, this has taken a short uh, delay, but it will definitely come into play because we have already designed it. All we have to do is renovate it. But for the time being, on level 7, we have the startup location where students who are on campus, when the time is right, because it's already started even before COVID, will have the place to work on their startups where they can sit down with their mentors as well. Now, as part of the blueprint is also to instill an entrepreneur in residence. And with me today is Mr. Dash, who is our current entrepreneur in residence, who comes as per the profile spoken about by Dr. Janita, with that vast experience of building startups, mentoring startups, and advising a lot of institutions and organizations on how to attack this entrepreneurship goal that we have. Now, along with Dash is a team of 10 academicians who are part of Project Enterprise. They are part of the implementation of Project Enterprise for this year. They come from various schools within APU. They are part of a lot of the events that we have rolled out. They are doing a lot of the behind scenes work to ensure that we carry these events activities on time as per the goals that we want in terms of outcomes from these events and activities. Uh, these are various activities. Dash will later explain further. Uh, Now, what's important for APU and our students is to continue to drive entrepreneurship and innovation by launching various kinds of webinar series, online events, and this is during these times where the pandemic has sort of allowed us to only work from home and lessen the activities on campus. But we want to continue engaging our student entrepreneurs and build the potential towards startups with real life experience. So we want to instill the entrepreneurship mindset among students. Yeah, allows for future professionals to prepare yourselves for careers in this current scenario of disruptions. Yeah, towards a globalized world of business and technology. So an entrepreneurial and innovative mind is not only just to become an entrepreneur running his or own business. Yeah, even as an employee, you can bring out these ideas, skills, and innovation that you can think of to your workplace. So it is not only to the point of building a startup or building a business, but also to cultivate the skills so that you can showcase them at your employment, yeah, in the coming future. So we have Dash with us, and he's going to take us through over the next short 20 minutes or so on what is enterprise at APU and where we have come to and where we are going. Yeah. So Dash, please take over and enlighten our students on what is to come for the future.
Thank you, Prof. Thanks for the introduction, Dr. Janita. And once again, thank you also to APU and all the 10 academicians who have been working with us. And also thank you to APU for giving me the opportunity for building this, working with Prof. Vinesh and the management team to build this enterprise at APU. Now, the world is very much an uncertain place. Yeah, you look at COVID suddenly happened. No one has predicted COVID before it suddenly has happened. A lot of the things that has been happening around us has been very, very unpredictable. And I must tell you something very interesting. Some of you would have know about the economic crisis in 2008. Some of you may not know. Some of you may have read about it, or and all those things. And they have asked 10,000. I mean, I was just reading this article over the weekend. They've asked 10,000 economists that did you all foresee this economic crisis happening in 2008? Guess how many of them said they sort of knew out of 10,000? Two. So essentially, what we are saying is that the economists could be illiterate in predicting the future. So the future is unpredictable. So a lot of the students or going to university will be wondering, oh my God, what will I do with my degree? When will I get a job? Is this a good time for me to go out and look for a job? What else should I learn? Should I learn how to code? Should I learn how to do this? Or should I have to learn new skills? What are the new skills I should learn? And many of the students will go out there and with a lot of doubt and a lot of dreams, and mostly at this point in time, there will be greater doubt than dreams that whether you can fulfill them. And then the other group of people, young people, will be saying, is this really a good time to launch entrepreneurship, to launch startups? Is this a good time for me to start a company and all that kind of stuff? So, what is entrepreneurship? Like Prof said, to me, everyone should be entrepreneurial, but not everyone will start companies. Okay. And why entrepreneurial? Dash, you spoke about uncertainty, and then now you're saying entrepreneurial. So, how does this fit into? So, the world is an uncertain place, and the future is unpredictable. You don't know what the future is, it's not predictable. The only way that you can move forward and start doing things is to start creating something without predicting, and starting small. You may think big, but starting small and going forward. Whether you are working in an organization or whether you are launching a startup, both ways you need to do only one thing, that is to create something people want. If you work in an organization, you want to create something, help your employer create something people want. If you work in as a startup, you want to create something that people want. Both ways, you not need to become a professional need finder, someone who can find needs in the marketplace. If you become a professional need finder, someone who can spot a need that people want, you will always be able to navigate uncertainty. Even in a situation that is completely uncertain, you will find the world as opportunity rich. Paul Romer, who is an economist in the Stanford University, said, economic growth does not come from more cooking. It comes from better recipes. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect to become someone who can contribute to growth or can become a valuable member of society. And taking all these into consideration, taking the reality of the world into consideration, taking all these boom in entrepreneurship in consideration, taking the uncertainty of the world in consideration, and being a need finder itself, APU basically said we got to embark on a higher level of entrepreneurial intervention. APU has always been, pursuing an entrepreneurial initiatives within its campus, but now it says that, we want to, we want to take it up higher. So, and together we have created this thing called Enterprise at APU. And what is Enterprise at APU? Enterprise at APU is a complete ecosystem that we are building to help you achieve your entrepreneurial dreams. Whether you want to become a startup entrepreneur, whether you don't want to become a startup entrepreneur, whether you are in a business faculty or you don't not in the business faculty, you are in another faculty, whoever you are, you want that software to become in your mind to have this thing called, I want to be entrepreneurial. I may not start a company. I want to be entrepreneurial. I want to launch a startup. But in whichever way, I want to become a professional need finder so I can go up and do something relevant. And then from there, I can upgrade myself in different skills. So I will show you the whole infrastructure of what an enterprise at APU is. And then you may ask me questions, and then we can and then we can take it. So I see here there is a question from what APU needs is an incubator and kid startup from grad students from A to Z and get them started, need to attract caliber, need to make it sustainable, need to attract quality investors, need to provide. Absolutely spot on, Damon. That's what we are going to show it to you. Thank you for saying what you're saying. Let's have a look at Jerry to flesh out what enterprise at APU is. Um, So enterprise at APU is like what Devan says, is a complete ecosystem. We have three things that we want to achieve. We want to create and build what we call anti-fragile humans. Yeah. What does anti-fragile humans mean? Nicholas Taleb, Nassim Nicholas Taleb, who's a great uh, writer as well as a statistician or a risk analyst, who has written a book called Anti-Fragile and written many books, and one of it is called Anti-Fragile. The other one is called Skin in the Game. The other one is called Black Swan. And he says that human beings need to learn to become anti-fragile. What does that mean? It means that you become better with change. You become better with complexity. You thrive in chaos. That means you are really, it's not resilient. You become better um, with the change that is happening in the marketplace. So being anti-fragile means that you can always navigate uncertainty. So that's the core of what we are trying to do. The second thing is we want to create an entrepreneurial mindset in every single student, whether they want to go and become entrepreneurs or they want to go and join employment. And finally, we are also trying to work on helping people who want to launch a startup build meaningful and sustainable startups, not me too startups, not like, okay, I've copied this idea from Silicon Valley or I've copied something. No, someone who says, okay, Malaysia need this, Asia need this. There are 650 million people in Asia. We need this, and this is what we want to do. Whether it is how to address climate change, or whether it's how to educate children in rural communities, or how to address the growing number of older people, or anything that is contextual, that is we want to create. We want you to become a need finder and spot needs that are real in the marketplace. So that's the three ethos or three objectives of us. And what are we doing about it? Can we go down a little bit, Jerry, please? So what we have done, go up some more, go more. It's okay. You can just go up. No. Okay, sorry. Go down and then zoom out so they can see the whole picture. Okay, so what we are planning to do, what we have done is we are putting together firstly what makes three programs that very much is an inspiration stage. It's what we call it as a seed stage. That is uh, so we've got Enterprise Wednesday. I've got three programs. One is the seed stage program. One is what we call the Cultivate program, and the third one is the Nourishing program. Seed stage program is for students who say, okay, I have no idea whether entrepreneurship is for me. I want to go in and test out whether it's entrepreneurship is for me. Or it is for students who says, I've somewhat got an idea. I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to go and do it. And thirdly, someone says, I really want to build a venture. I really want to build. So it brings together the ecosystem. One is called the Enterprise Wednesday. Enterprise Wednesday is every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. You will get to listen to entrepreneurs, real entrepreneurs who have built ventures. We have already had Mr. Chen Chow from Fave. We had Lenise from Droppy. We had several entrepreneurs who have come. We had Cash from Pitch In, and all these people who have come and spoken about how they are helping entrepreneurs or how entrepreneurs can build. So if you attend every single our Enterprise Wednesday event, you will have a helicopter view of what it takes to build a venture. It is not just a talk show. It is a lot of insights that you need to read hundreds of books to gather and glean the knowledge from. And we are putting together these for our students every single Wednesday, every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. So don't take it lightly and say, oh, no need lah, I don't have to come for this. You will listen from real entrepreneurs. In the times of climate pandemic like now, what you can't go and meet them, you can't ask them. If you are in another uh, ecosystem, you can go and meet the entrepreneurs yourself. But here it's very difficult because of all the lockdowns are coming. So the entrepreneurs are coming to you. They are giving their time free. So attend our Enterprise Wednesday event every second Wednesday. So there's going to be, a few more coming for the rest of this rest of the year on the second and the fourth Wednesday. It's part of the seed event. Okay, the first one is called the seed event. And then the last Thursdays of the month, and every afternoon, like 2:30 to 3:45, you will see the industry C level, CTO and CEO series. You will see industry heads and industry captains. We will be having one coming soon on by Mr. Jamaluddin, who's the venture capital MD of Gobi Ventures. We've had Miss Nadia Tan Abdullah, who's a CHRO of SP Satya. We have had Mr. Peter Tam. We have had all these leaders who have come and spoken, taken questions from students. And what is that for? That is to give you the worldview, a robust worldview, what's out there, what can you get jobs out there, what kind of jobs can you get, what kind of opportunities that you can get. All this by sitting in your armchair, you get these kind of insights. And then we are also running what we call the Ideas Bootcamp. Once in every 2 months, we run something called the Ideas Bootcamp. We are working with Startup Weekend to Ideas Bootcamp. It's a 54-hour bootcamp to say, okay, I got all these things. I've got an idea. I want to test out my idea, rapidly test out my idea. I want to validate my idea to see whether my idea is going to work or not. So that is where we will bring in a lot of mentors, many different kind of domain experts to see and judge whether you have got an idea, and you can take the idea to market. And then what happens? Okay, I've got idea. I've taken the idea to market. Some of you who says, okay, I've got this. I like to be part of an entrepreneur. I didn't think entrepreneurship is for me, but now I know it is for me. Then what happens next? Can we go down? I mean, up, please. So we've got something called an idea accelerator. So from the Ideas Bootcamp, you take your idea accelerator and you take it. It's an 8-week program that will take you from taking your idea to your prototype stage. We will work on it. It is every week for 8 weeks, 1.5 hours. We will have an immersion program, and you need to work on your idea. You must take your idea and going, like Devan says, it is a kind of not an incubator, it's an accelerator. The difference between an incubator and accelerator is like this. When you have an incubator, it's like having a gym. You'll just leave it there. There's a lot of equipment there. You go and work and come out. What happens to you, sometimes you won't know. An accelerator is a boot camp, like a health boot camp. In this case, there is 3 months. We are going to compress all the knowledge to you and give you the knowledge. And finally, those who really have a good idea, and during this idea accelerator, we'll also bring industry mentors, domain experts, and all that. And finally, those who have solid ideas, who can take the ideas to market, we take you into venture building stage, where we will have industry experts and all helping you to take your venture to market. Where do you find seed money? Where do you find raise capital? All these venture capital, where all these angel investors and also all the crowdfunding people, APU will be inviting for them to see and take your ideas forward. So if you can see from this one infographic, from birth of an idea, when you're birthing an idea, you don't even know whether entrepreneurship is important for you until you realize your entrepreneurial ambition, taking your venture out into the market. APU has put together an entire ecosystem, and this entire ecosystem can only exist if you participate and you tell us what else you want and what more you want from this program. It is just an idea that is there, rather it is a first cut of things that we have put in. But when you come in, you tell us, we would like us to do this, like Professor Vinesh said, we already have a space. It's a bit slowed down because of the pandemic, but there's going to be a space for you to work, and there will be a lot of things that is coming into the picture. We will have mentors coming and counsel. Prof. Vinesh mentioned just now. There'll be a council from the ministry. There'll be a council really experienced entrepreneurs, both locally and internationally. And why are they there? Basically, they want to connect you to other people. So anything that you can get in an ecosystem, a micro ecosystem, is built inside APU to help you take your idea to market. So that's Enterprise at APU, okay, for all of you to participate. And something interesting is also happening. We are also building the E-Club, the Student Entrepreneurship Club, where students can drive demand of the entrepreneurial ambitions that we have. Students can say, this is our club, student club, by the students, for the students, and tell us, oh, we would like to, we met with so and so, we would like to bring him into the picture, and we will help you bring them into the picture. And all these things are going to become very, very resource rich. This whole enterprise at APU is going to become highly resource rich. All these talks are going to go into the videos, all these books, all the blogs, and all the things are going to go. It's going to become a one-stop portal where anything and everything you need to know about building a venture, building a startup, becoming entrepreneurial is going to be there. All right. Thank you very much. You're free to ask questions.
Yeah, I think there are some questions already up, Dash. Maybe I can take some of it, and you can also add value to my answers.
Sure.
What makes you driven to grind through this pandemic with possibilities of being bankrupt? Yeah, so if you think bankrupt, then bankrupt will happen. If you think success, I think success will definitely happen. I think when you start or you go towards entrepreneurship, I think the starting point is the idea, your ideation. So the idea will serve a purpose. The idea fits into a requirement for the society, and that itself is the driving factor towards your success. The second phase of it is guided. That's why we have the enterprise at APU. We are here to guide you not only by the in-house academicians, but also from the external industry players who are experts in these areas. Yeah. Uh, Anything to add, Dash?
Yeah, so I want to say that, when Samir Sharif asked this question, it's a very interesting question. He said bankrupt. A lot of people think that you got to put every single savings that you have to start a venture. It's not true. Entrepreneurs do a lot more with a lot less. So you won't go bankrupt. You will only succeed. And if you look at the history of startups that are born, again, quoting Paul Romer, he says, it's a terrible thing to waste a crisis. Most of the startups are born in crisis. Most of ventures are born, demands are coming out in a crisis, not only good times. Resilient entrepreneurs, real entrepreneurs are created in crisis. So if you say bankrupt, that is a very defeatist mindset. You can become a successful entrepreneur in difficult times, and you will only become much, much more successful in good times. So the idea is not to go bankrupt. The idea is to start small. Entrepreneurs do two things. One is they see every problem as an opportunity. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. The second thing entrepreneurs do is they do a lot more with a lot less. So don't worry, Samir. You will not go bankrupt. You will just move, and we will grind ourselves through during these difficult times.
Thanks, Dash. Another question is, are there recordings if we have classes during the event? Now, there's only one activity or event which is during the main hours of the day, which is the CEO CTO series, which is on Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. The rest of the activities are either in the evenings or over the weekends. So the Enterprise Tuesday talks by popular startup entrepreneurs. These start at about 6 p.m. If you have class at that time, you can obviously go through the recordings because they're all on Facebook and YouTube Live, APU Facebook and YouTube. Now, the ones in terms of events and activities such as the boot camp and the accelerator program, those start on Fridays and they take you through till Sunday. Some of the mentoring can be done as per agreed schedules and times and availability between the mentor and the startups themselves. Yeah, so there isn't any real issue on timelines or fitting a schedule. The next question, if I can quickly answer, is: Do I need to pay membership fee or need to get an idea chosen in Startup Weekend in order to join APU Enterprise Program? Well, for starters, there's no membership fee. The idea part, I'll leave it to Dash. there's no membership fee for Enterprise at APU for now, at the moment, and there will not be a membership fee because we are not a club. We are APU, and we are running this program holistically across the board for all our students. Yeah. On the
Yeah,
idea
for
part, you want
startup
to
we
share
can
that?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, actually, as there's no money to be paid to Startup Weekend. We may create one ringgit, $1 or $5 ticket size, but that for you not to pay, but because we want you to, is basically for the system. We'll give you a token to minus it off, so there is really no money. Startup Weekend itself doesn't charge us money, so there is no money. Do I need or need to get idea chosen in Startup Weekend? No, you don't need to get your idea chosen. If your idea is good, it will be chosen. If the judges, it's a very democratic process. It's very market driven. If your idea is good, we process. It's not that you pay money to get your idea chosen. No, that doesn't work that way. Yeah, thank you. What's the next question?
Okay, the next
What
one
would be good
is what would be a good introduction
Yeah,
activity to the concept of entrepreneurship for young individuals to partake if they are limited in terms of free time? Let me cover the
yeah,
free
I'll
time
take
part.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. As you know, your day job is as a student, you've got classes, you've got assignments, you've got exams to prepare for, projects and whatnot. Yeah, that is by default a routine. Yeah, semester in, semester out. But then you also have this desire, and you have an idea. And how do you want to put forward this idea and this desire to build a startup, or maybe as an end goal to build a business? That's when you come into the Enterprise at APU program. I leave Dash to take this further.
yeah.
Dash, you want? Yeah.
So most of the yeah, so the an introduction activity to get into entrepreneurship. So anything that you want to learn, anything you want to become, you got to invest a little bit of time, right? So you can't say, okay, I really don't have time. You want to invest a bit of time, but when your time is limited because of all this, like come to the seed events, come to the talks, come to Enterprise Wednesday. You'll get an introduction to entrepreneurship. And at APU, we are also planning a few simple like master classes to get you into that down the road. And come for the talks. You will get an overview of entrepreneurship. The syllabus is also being changed, where you'll get an idea of what it means to become an entrepreneur. So apart from your degree, if you invest a little bit of time, you will gain this X factor, which will enable you to become a valuable problem solver in the marketplace. So I encourage you to invest some time to come for that. Yeah. Do you suggest students to be entrepreneur when they're still studying, or they have to wait till they graduate? Prof, I'll take this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it is not to be entrepreneur. Even you are studying, you can test your ideas. A lot of entrepreneurs are born in universities. If you look at it, many universities spawn many, many, many different kind of entrepreneurs. If you have a great idea, you can do both. You can start, and even if you don't have a great idea, you can test out your idea. Even when you go out to the market, you see what entrepreneurship does to you is very simple. You say you want to create something, and you are actually bringing all your knowledge into a single focal point, whether it's a knowledge of economics or knowledge of computers or knowledge of whatever. You are bringing it into a focal point. So an entrepreneurially driven venture actually codifies knowledge. So it also will help you in your studies. Even if the venture doesn't succeed, you do not have to assume that every single idea you have will succeed, but every single idea that doesn't succeed will enable you to succeed better in the subsequent idea. So to become a real entrepreneur, if it's okay if you tested your idea out in the university in a safe space. So I would think that you don't have to wait till you graduate, because when you graduate and you go out, you need money. You need to have a lot of start with money, and then you can't be you don't know people. A graduate, when you go out to become an entrepreneur, you don't know people. People don't know you. So there is one I call a credibility gap in kind of students. So to close the credibility gap is why we have Enterprise Wednesday. That's why we have the CEO CTO series. That's why we have the Idea Accelerator program. That's why we have the Idea Bootcamp program, where you will see all the mentors coming in, and you will know them. And when you know them, you have minimal credibility gap when you go out. So all this has been thought through. It's not just drag and drop and we have put it together. It is to also help you to go out there and become a meaningful entrepreneur. Okay. Any other questions? How could I join this accelerator? You are very interested. Could be a platform where entrepreneurs can't network with industry players. Could it be a platform? Yes, you could be an entrepreneur. So to join the Idea Accelerator, you should have joined the bootcamp first. But if you have a good enough idea, you can contact with Haslina, who is here, or um, contact contact me actually, dash at startup@apu.edu.my. You can pitch to us, and if your idea is good enough, we will consider you getting into the accelerator program. It will be lovely to have you, Kate. Usually, how long does APU will support the idea to a startup? How long? Prof, you want to
As
give?
yeah,
Give it.
as long as you are a student with us, we will take you on to the journey till the end. Obviously, once you graduate, you will move on. But project enterprise at APU will still be here. You can still communicate with your mentors or even the industry mentors that you have, the academic or industry mentors that you have. But while you are with us as a student, we are here to support you till the end. Yeah. As long as you are a student here, because then we have direct engagement with you. But once you graduate, you can still come back to us for advice, and we hope that we actually hope that you come back to us so that we can still keep our ties intact. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible to be an entrepreneur while working in a company at the same time? So how do we deal with the company if our business grows, which affect our office? Now, many successful entrepreneurs have actually been working in a company. If you look at eBay, you look at all these large companies, most of the entrepreneurs have not thrown their jobs and gone off. You do a side gig, and if it becomes successful, then you decide whether you need to jump off and work full time in your own company. If it becomes successful, is it possible to be an entrepreneur while working? Yes, that's the answer. If so, how do we deal with a company if our business grows, which affects our office hours? So if your business is growing, you're successful, then you need to have either a co-founder or who helps you with the business, or you just have to leave your organization and go and start. I was talking to a cancer specialist last night who's launched a startup while he was working, not in our country or abroad. And he was working in the hospital, seeing patients every single day, launched a startup and have a co-founder. And the business has grown to a size where he has to give up his hospital hours to take care of his startup. And he's just done that. So don't give up your day job. Do your day job and see whether your company is growing. And if it's growing, there's a demand, then you may have to do that as well. Or that would be very, very desirable if you can get a job in a startup like Fave, you can get in a job in Grab or in any of these startup companies, then it will be great. Yeah, you'll have great experience of working in multiple parts of it. You will have a startup culture because people will be constantly agile. People will be constantly pushing ideas forward. People will be taking risks. People will be very gung ho about making things happen. Yes, that will be very, very desirable if you can get a job there.
Yeah, I can take this. There's a buzzing sound. Dash, can you mute? Okay. So the APU Enterprise or Enterprise at APU is for our current students, and we definitely would like our students who have graduated, especially those who have just graduated, to come and join this program as well. You're always welcome. We want to help you in any way we can. You can be part of this program. Yeah. Especially the events and the boot camps and the accelerator programs. Yeah. There is no limitation to who can join as long as you are APU. Okay. Dash, you can take this. Dash, I think your mic has an issue. Yeah, it's not. It's buzzing. I can take the question if you mute. Okay. I'll give a quick answer. Yeah, if you are, it doesn't matter what you're pursuing. You could be pursuing a certificate program, diploma, a degree, or even a master's, or even a PhD. It doesn't matter. A startup starts with an idea, and if you have that idea, and you know that idea is new, it's niche, it is not out there in the market yet, and you want to pursue it, do come and join Enterprise at APU. Yeah, because then we can guide you and put you on the correct pathway. Okay. Okay, we just finished one boot camp last month, and we are moving on onto the accelerator program. Please look forward to the next notification of the next boot camp. We hope to have that boot camp somewhere in either late August or early September. I think Dash, you need to mute. There's some issue with your, yeah, there is some issue. You need to mute, Dash. Okay, KY Chong, in your opinion, what do you think are the qualities? Yeah, so as part of the boot camp, yeah, you will be taught how to develop those qualities and skills. So do join the boot camp. Now, the other avenue to learn about good entrepreneurial skills are to attend the events, especially the Enterprise Tuesday events, because the speakers here are people who have gone from zero to successfully starting up their own businesses and startups. So they can share the qualities and the skills, and they come from humble backgrounds, so they can also share how they struggle and the challenges they faced, and how they have led onto the journey to becoming a successful startup. Yeah. Dash, I think it's you can't. Dash, you got issue with your mic. Okay, I guess I have to take all the questions. What should I do if I find an idea that is better than what I do now during the entrepreneurial period? Yeah, that's fine. You have an idea now, and then you come up with a different idea or an extended version of your original idea. That's fine, because the boot camps and the accelerator programs are not happening once in a year. They are happening multiple times in a year. So you have chances to refine your idea, to enhance it, and pitch it again at the correct time when we have the programs, yeah, and activities. So don't worry. It is good that you start somewhere, you learn from it, and then you refine it and you enhance it. Okay. Thanks, David. Nice to see you. Is there any? Thank you, Irfan. Any other questions or comments, feedback? Okay, Dr. Janita. Oh, we got Dash coming back in. Hi, Dash.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
yeah, some connectivity issues. Okay, I think. Sorry, earlier I mentioned Enterprise Tuesdays. Yeah, my bad. It's Enterprise Wednesdays. Yeah, there's a correction there. I think there are no more questions, as what Dr. Janita has mentioned. So, Dash, thank you for being with me on this town hall session with students. I hope everyone that has been online over the last uh, 48 minutes has gained some insights to what actually is happening uh, on Enterprise at APU. Please do join us as part of the activities over the year, and come and talk to us if you want to know more. You can start by sending an email on the infographics which was shown earlier. That infographics is also on the APU website. So do not be shy. Come and join Enterprise APU and learn a few new things. That's a good start. Yeah. So thank you for being with us. Thank you, Dash.
Thank you.
Any last words, Dash, you want to say?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yes, I would like to see more students taking part in the boot camps, taking part in the Idea Accelerator program. If you are all interested in the Idea Accelerator program, please, Dr. Janita, can you just flash out my email dash at APU dash at staff email at apu.edu.my, so we can interview you and go through your pitching session and get more of you to come into the accelerator, or keep you posted on the other boot camp that is going to happen, right? So that's basically it. Join us and we'll take you on your journey to build your entrepreneurial ventures. And sorry about the technicality just now.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, and have a very good day and stay safe. Yeah. And over back to you, Janita.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Prof. Vinesh, and also Dash. Thank you for allocating your afternoon for this informative session. I think it's really very much interesting to know more about enterprise at APU, what exactly we do at Project Enterprise, and etc. So, to the rest, thank you so much again. Stay safe and take care. Signing off, Dr. Janita.
Thank you.